Gizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You could tap in or you could tap out. But you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now you already know time and energy, the highest forms of currency, my G. I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money, and chasing that paper, stacking that cheese, that cheddar, and that mozzarella. But always keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex. That time, energy, the highest forms of currency, my G's, at all times, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, big salute to all my day one investors, everybody that's highly invested in the channel, everybody that understands that we are growing this channel organically, constant elevation. Yeah, we on our way to the top, well over 60,000 subscribers, and we on our way to 70K. All right. Even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new subscribers, and all my new investors, man. Everybody that's making their way to the realest channel on YouTube, yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, do me a favor, my G's. Wipe off your feet before you step into the big house. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the realest channel on YouTube. Yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. All right? Now, listen, man. I got a lot of people in the DM right now. Yo, Big G and BTV, what's your perspective on everything that's going on with Joey and Ashley Janae? What's your thought process on everything that's taking place with Joe McCain and Ashley Janae? Now, first things first, I gotta say, absolutely nasty work what took place out there in Tanzania. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be, but it's absolutely nasty work, you know, seeing that young lady met her demise out there in the motherland. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. But you know, Joe McCain, her fiance, her boyfriend, her superhero, he's being held out there. Okay. Now they took his passport. He's not able to leave, he's not able to travel, and he's being interrogated, he's being investigated. They have detected foul play when it comes to what happened to this young lady out there. I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. And you know, we're gonna elaborate on what's going on. You know, when it comes to this situation, we're gonna go deep. We're gonna have dialogue. I know it's uncomfortable, especially for Black women. I got a lot of feedback. I got a lot of comments. You understand what I'm saying? And we're gonna address that. But one thing for sure, two things for certain: Grown Man Business TV is not the channel where you're gonna get sugar coated content. All right, it's not the channel where you're gonna get that stepped on, that overly cooked content. It's straight off the brick into the bottles. And the beautiful thing about Grown Man Business, the beautiful thing about this universal language is that we can agree to disagree. We can have dialogue, right? We can bounce ideas off each other. And at the end of it, we can agree to disagree if that's the case. When it comes to this situation with this young lady, it's nasty work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. So big salute to everybody in the chat. We're going to have a real conversation. You know, before I go any further, before I give you this pure dope straight off the brick into the bottles, you already know we got to do some customizations to the chat. All right? The higher ups and the elites are always playing chess at the highest level. The higher ups and the elites are always trying to muffle the message and shadow ban the channel. The higher ups and the elites understand that Grown Man Business TV is an absolute threat to the establishment. Not only am I a threat to the establishment, but the revolution will be televised right here in these YouTube streets. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right? So we're going to do some customizations to the chat. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear when you step foot into this chat, into this channel. Make sure you do that. All right? Now, again, you know, we're going to elaborate because I got a lot of feedback. I got a lot of comments. You know, some people, you know, they feel in the message, and some people feel like it was a little bit too harsh. They feel like it was a little bit too raw. And see, again, like I said, that's the beautiful thing about this channel is that you can come here and you ain't got to worry about it being stepped on. The situation with this young lady is horrific. You know, I got daughters, I got aunties, I got cousins, I got an old lady. You understand? I got nieces. I got black women all around me. So to see a black woman meet her demise in such a, such a horrific manner, it's nasty work. It's nasty work. But see, one thing for sure and two things for certain, the energy that you put out into the universe is going to double back. It's always going to come back. And there are consequences and repercussions for your actions. And that's one thing that I preach to my my daughters, my nieces, my nephews, my wife, you know what I mean? Anybody that's in my circumference is going to understand that the things you do will come back to you. So that's what we looking at with this young lady right here. I know that it's triggering for a lot of females to see what happened to her, but we got to really make sure that you look at what's going on, and as a wise man or a wise woman, you learn from the mistakes of others. I told y'all, a smart man learns from his own mistakes, but a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. And once you are able to do that, once you can recognize and see what's going on, you won't make those same mistakes. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into a big salute to the chat. We're going to get real in and out with this. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe button. Make sure y'all do what y'all supposed to do. Now, you see that right there. You see that right there at the bottom of the chat. Before you get in here with your Twitter fingers, using your Twitter fingers all in the comment section, doing extra Twittering with your Twitter fingers all in the comment section with your Twitter fingers, right? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the realest channel on YouTube. Yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. All right? Now, I want to start with the whole interracial topic, right? That seems to be the topic of discussion when it comes to what happened to this young lady. And it is a factor, right? But I want to make sure that y'all understand something. As humans, right? As the apex of this matrix, you're going to be able to have free will. You're going to be able to do what you want to do, love who you want to love. You understand? The consequences and the backlash that might come from it, that is what it is. But you're going to be able to do what you want to do. And it's not all interracial relationships and marriages that's being targeted right now. It's a lot of interracial marriages. It's a lot of interracial relationships with all different types of races of people that fall in love and create families and create dynasties, create legacies together. You understand what I'm saying? It's a small diaspora that we're focusing on with this particular situation. It's the it's the small exception of interracial relationships that push a false narrative to justify the relationship that they're in. All right. Now, this is where I want to start because, again, it's not all people, it's not all relationships. This young lady is a part of a diaspora of content creators that will disrespect black men just to uphold white men. Let me help the women out because, again, a lot of the times you got to really give the females the content that they can digest, right? We've all heard black women say it's nothing wrong with black men dating white women, right? But the only issue that black women seem to have is when black men disrespect black women and uphold white women. And black women always say, there's nothing wrong with y'all dating white women. Just don't talk about black women. Don't disrespect black women. Don't downgrade black women just to justify your relationship with a white woman. And as a black man, I always set back, a black man that don't want nothing to do with the dog fur. Oh, respectfully, I don't want the dog fur on me at all. I always sat back and said to myself, I respect that. I agree with black women on that. If you want to step out there and you want to get that dog fur all in your, yeah, you want to swim in that goddamn vanilla. Yeah, you want that French vanilla. You want them pink toes. You want that dog fur all over your sweater, all over your carpet, all over your sheets. That's your prerogative. But don't disrespect black women just to, make yourself feel better. Don't talk down on what if you like to date white women, leave black women out your mouth. Okay? I always agree with that. But it's always a vice versa. This young lady was a part of black women that date white men and disrespect black men. Okay, they date white men and then they have all of these disrespectful comments to make about black men. If you want to lay down with the dog fur, if you want to eat that little pink thing that the dog pokes out, if you want to eat that raw meat off the bone, that's your prerogative. Just leave black men out of it. You understand what I'm saying? Leave us black kings out your mouth. It's nothing wrong if that's what you into. That ain't none of our business. You want to eat that little, yeah, you want to eat that little pink thing that the dog poke out? You want to swim in the dog fur? You like your steak raw? That's on you. Just don't speak on the melanated kings around here. Okay? And I want all the women that feel some type of way or feel triggered. I want y'all to take that content. I want y'all to comprehend what I'm saying. That's why it's an issue with this young lady. We don't care. If that's what you into, that's what you into. But for some reason, Ashley had a lot to say on social media about black men. Oh, black men always find a way to embarrass me. How are we embarrassing you when you laying down with the dog fur? Okay? So I just wanted to give that context to a lot of females that don't understand or think that we just, attacking this young lady in her demise. Absolutely not. And I'm going to speak to that. That's going to segue me into this next angle. You know what I mean? But I want to make sure we get that clear. There is a diaspora of women and men that will disrespect, disrespect black men while dating white men, or disrespect black women while dating white women. And it is nasty work. If you ain't into black women, no problem, homie. But keep them out your mouth then. Why you got so much to say about black women if you ain't into them? Why you got so much disrespect for black men if you not into us? Okay? Beautiful. Now, what that's going to do is segue me into this next angle because, again, I'm getting a lot of feedback and it's like, yo, black women are the most unprotected and black women are they're so unprotected. And that's false. That's a false narrative. That's a lie. That's never been true. Okay? But I want to use this situation with this young lady to just give some some complex some validity to this. Black women are mostly unprotected. Absolutely not. Now, listen to me, right? Even though Ashley Janae was disrespectful to black men, she felt like black men didn't do it for her and she wanted to lay down with the dog fur and she paraded that Neanderthal Caucasoid caveman around on social media. Even though she did that, look around the algorithm and see who's doing content on her death. It's black men. It's black men and black women on social media that's demanding an answer for her death. It's black men and black women on social media that's doing content and keeping her name circulating. We are doing such an amazing job that out there in Tanzania, they are holding her fiance. This white man would have normally already been on the plane, already been back in America and already been yeah, he would have already been buying another ring for his white wife that he's about to marry. But because we are making such a ruckus, right? Because we are saying something, the same black men that she felt like embarrassed her, the same black men that she felt like disrespecting all over social media, because we are speaking out in on her behalf, they're holding him. And now it's a real tug of war. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to get into the tug of war that's going on out there in Tanzania. But I want to stay right here. Where are all the white men? Where are all the white men that are enraged and outraged about what happened to this young black lady out there on her vacation? Where are all the white men that feel the way, that love black women so much that they are creating content and they are making a ruckus and they are saying something out loud about what happened to this black woman out there in Tanzania? We don't see none. The same white man that y'all like to parade around, right? Y'all like to make it seem like they got something over us and they better than us and X, Y, and Z. As soon as you get hung from a rope, they get real quiet. And y'all already know nobody's going to connect the dots like Grown Man Business TV. Nobody is going to connect the dots. Nobody has a better perspective than a grown man that stands on grown man business. And I haven't seen anybody talking about this angle on YouTube, on social media, on these news outlets, nowhere. Nobody has asked the question, where are all the white men? Where is the white outrage for what happened to this black girl out there in Tanzania? You already know I got the answer for that. There is none. There is no outrage for what happened to that lady because they don't love you. They don't have an innate love for black women. They want to lay down with you. They want to play in that, they want to play in that chocolate. They want to have their way with you. Y'all are beautiful, but they don't love you. You understand what I'm saying? Even in disrespect, black men love black women. And even in disrespect, we still will speak up and protect black women. And that's what you see happening. So I haven't seen any of y'all black women out here showing any real love or speaking on this. So as a black man, I'ma speak on it. Look around. Be coherent. Be observant. Look around. Where are all the white men that are outraged? Now, this is where we're going to get deep about this, right? They can date you. They can spend money on you. They can have sex with you. They can parade you all around social media. They can parade this beautiful little black girl all around, right? But when something like this happens, they get real quiet. The reason for that is because they cannot go against their own people. They cannot go against white supremacy. No matter how much you drop that wolf pussy, no matter how much you eat that little pink thing off the bone, no matter how much, they are not allowed. They are not, it's not even that they're allowed, right? They can do it, but you can't be a coward and go against your own people. You can't be cowardly hearted. So for a bunch of white men to speak out right now, right, and speak against Joe McCain would be devastating. It would be embarrassing for white men to speak out on the behalf of a black woman that was hung by a rope. Let me tell you what's going on behind closed doors. Behind closed doors, if Joe McCain was to open a GoFundMe account, anonymous donations would flood his account right now. Oh yeah, see, I don't want to play right now. I don't want this is not comedy hour. I don't want to go left. I want to stay right here. Black women. If Joe McCain was to open a GoFundMe account, it would be anonymous donations from white people all over America. And he probably hit $1 million for what happened to that young lady out there. Behind closed doors, these are the people that you are marrying, that you are parading around. They're family members. When it's a police shooting, when one of these school shooters go up into a black community and have a mass shooting, Joe McCain's grandmother, his auntie, his cousin, his mother, his family members anonymously donate to the GoFundMe account, and they raise hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is the harsh reality. Okay? So, before y'all get to blaming us and having so much, back and forth conversation and so much lip, so much opinions in my comment section and in my DMs. Before you do that, open your eyes and look around. It's only black men and black women speaking up for this young lady right now. Okay. There are none. They get to lay down with y'all. They get to have sex with y'all. They get to explore y'all. They get to engage with y'all. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Big salute to the chat. Now, I got receipts because you already know I don't go nowhere without the receipts. But before we get into those receipts, I just really needed to give that context. We got to stop playing with this. We got to stop making excuses. We got to really look at what it is and call it for what it is and be honest with yourself. Hey, listen, man. Check this out. Anytime I get to talking like this, anytime I get to really telling y'all the truth, anytime, notice that's when they play with the channel. That's when they play with the algorithm. I'm not up here. This is not comedy hour. This is a serious conversation that we are having. And when we have these conversations, they're going to play with the numbers. They're going to play with the, no worries. We're not going to stop. Do what you got to do. I know you watching. I know you don't like when I talk like this, but it's my obligation. It's my obligation to deliver these downloads. So hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Like I said, man, don't waste no time. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. All right. So again, before I was so rudely interrupted. Yeah, before I was so rudely interrupted by the higher ups and the elites, right? Look around and recognize that there is no white outrage. There is no white men standing up for these black women that they lay down with, that they sleep with, that they parade all around social media. Even Joe McCain, he is not outraged. He is not acting like a man that really loves and really wanted to marry this black woman. All right, so let's go into another angle because they playing with the chat, they playing with the numbers, but we ain't gonna stop, right? You know, protection. When you let's take color out of it, let's take race out the situation. When you love a woman as a man, when you a man and you love a woman, it don't matter what kind of argument you get in. If we out the country, we somewhere in Europe, we somewhere in Africa, we somewhere in Thailand, and we have an argument, I'ma fix that. I'ma fix the argument. I'ma say sorry, regardless of the situation, because the last thing I'ma do as a man is let my wife be in another room in a hotel where I can't protect her, where I can't see her, where I don't know what's going on. A man is never going to leave his wife, you understand what I'm saying, his girlfriend, in a position for 15, 16 hours straight where he don't know what's going on. No man is going to do that. You understand what I'm saying? And again, it's nasty work that nobody's calling this out. If me and my wife have an argument, what's going on, baby girl? Everything all right? How's work? Everything went straight with the okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll chop it up in a minute. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big salute to the chat. You can turn to a yeah, cousin. Say you have an argument with your mother and you guys are out the country. There's no way that my daughter or my mother or any female that's under my protection is going to be out of my sight for over 12 to 15 hours where I don't know what's going on. I can't say what happened. Nah, that ain't how it works. So that right there is the main key that would tell you or anybody else, homie never was in love with shorty. She was a tool. She was a pawn on the chessboard. This was strategic. And again, I guess it takes a grown man to speak on this because I don't really see no women really homing in on these red flags. I don't care what we was arguing about. I don't care what it is. We can argue about it and it can wait until we get back to the States, until we get back to the house. But I don't care what we was arguing about. They not separating us and putting us in different rooms. It's not going to happen. It don't work like that. Mad or not, I'm still the man. I'm still the protector and I'm going to protect. You understand me? So these things have to be spoken about. And if I was up here talking about Gucci Mane or Uncle Murder or Pooh Shiesty, we wouldn't be having these problems. We wouldn't be having these technical difficulties at 9 o'clock Eastern time. But because I'm exposing the hypocrisy of that dog fur, let me tell you something. If she had blonde dog fur and blue eyes, he would have never allowed her to be out of his sight for over 15 hours. A strategic move. It's the same reason why a lot of white people go out the country and they adopt African babies. Or a lot of white people in America, you will see them adopting little black children. You've never seen, for the most part, a black family adopting little white babies. That's not something you see. But for some reason, you see Caucasian people, Europeans, Spaniards going out to Africa and adopting black children. It's always a play. They might love you, but it ain't the kind of love that I'm talking about. They might have love for you, but it ain't the type of love that I'm talking about. And until y'all really understand that, y'all gonna continue to fall in this position. That's why I feel like the backlash is coming. That's why I feel like the higher ups and the elites are, muffling the message and playing with the channel because I'm telling you about the love aspect. What I'm telling you is our violence is not what they worry about. It's our love connection is what they fear. They don't fear broken homes. They fear the love that comes from the nuclear family. They don't fear the young boys with the shiesty masks. They don't fear the gangs. They don't fear the violence. They dwell in violence. It's our love that they fear. They fear the connection. If we were to ever love each other the way we are supposed to love each other, if we was to ever come together as a community and unify and love each other, we would be unstoppable. There is no stopping us once we begin to love each other. So now it's an issue when I tell you nothing wrong with you dating the dog fur if that's what you into. But the dog fur could never love you like I'ma love you. The dog fur could never ever understand you like I'ma understand you. A black man is gonna understand a black woman. Ever. I don't care. I don't care if they turn to Jack Harlow and start. Yeah, I don't care if they start rapping like Neo Soul and all that, dressing like Music Soul Child. I don't care what they do. There is an innate nature that they can't tap into. That's where the problem come in at. Because I'm preaching black love. I'm preaching black unity. I'm telling you that that man might have love for you, but he could never love you. That white man might have a deep love for you, but he could never be in love with you. And the same thing for that white woman. The same thing for that dog fur. She might have some love for you. She might love the way you drop Johnson on her. She might love things about you, but she could never be in love with you. The real you. You know, when you take all the jewelry off and you take all the bullshit off and you take all the makeup off, the real you. You. Okay? Big salute to the chat. You know, I'm not gonna stop just because they playing with the channel. We're gonna get into this receipt right here. We're gonna run this receipt. We're gonna double back. And then I want to elaborate on the narrative that's being pushed. You know, it's a reason why certain things we are allowed to see. It's a reason why it's being pushed like that. Because again, our love is what's dangerous. Us loving each other, us wanting to marry each other, us wanting to start families with each other, us wanting to marry each other, us really loving each other is what is dangerous. We're going to get into that. Big salute to the chat. Let's let this young lady talk. Big salute. Hit the like button. Look.
But that was Ashley Janae's theme, and that's like a new trend that I'm seeing these men and get you to soft life.
He saw you as underneath him. Sorry, baby, but you too hard to defend. I can't do it.
Or you better get you a white man and get you to soft life. Now y'all know I would never do no shit like that. But that was Ashley Janae's theme, and that's like a new trend that I'm seeing these black women that are in interracial relationships. They are promoting. I never black men, get you a white man, get you a rich white man, and get you this soft life. Well, Ashley Janae could have potentially just met her own demise by this perceived soft life. Because although we don't know for a fact whether or not he killed her, it is looking very suspicious. The fact that they had to put them in separate rooms the night before she was found dead, the fact that I just saw a clip from the mom saying that she's had limited contact with him. Like, why are you not in the parents? This was supposed to be your wife. Why have you not either flown the mom to go be with her daughter, or why have you not flown the body back to have an independent autopsy report done? Like, it's just very suspicious. Oopsie, back to my last point, because while recording this video, I just saw that Ashley's parents launched a GoFundMe to help with the mounting financial pressures. Where is this white man? Where is this wealthy white man that was providing this so-called soft life? Why has he not helped with his fiance's financial matters in terms of transporting her body? Doesn't that seem suspicious to you? And the gag is, are black people even going to support this GoFundMe after Ashley was just bashing black men and got with this white man who looks like just killed her ass in Africa. Anyway, and Ashley is not committing no suicide on her birthday in Zanzibar, one of the most magical places in Africa. I've been there. It's one of my favorite places. As soon as you step on that soil, that beach, that energy, the people, the air, the weather, the just atmosphere, any ounce of depression that you might have had in your body, any suicidal thoughts that you might have thought you had are leaving you. But it is interesting how she met her demise in the motherland with a white man while bashing black men. It is very interesting and ironic. This should be a reality check for you black women that are thinking about adding milk to your coffee. Understand that white men are not an exception to the rule. That you may have went through your bullshit with the black man. That doesn't mean you ain't gonna go through your bullshit with the white man. Okay? A different type of bullshit at that. So be careful and understand that relationships are just a mirror of your broken self. Anything that you need to learn, you're going to learn it through that relationship. And you're going to repeat if you don't learn it. So be wary, okay? And stay safe.
Hey,
Salute to the homie Breezy Santana. You saw that? I figured you was gonna like that, homie. Salute to you, my G. So that that receipt right there, I wanted to use that to kind of guide me into this next angle, right? We already know who's in control of content, who's in control over Hollywood, the music industry, the things that we see and hear, the content that we consume. We already know that them little hat people is in control of that they run that they manipulate that. We already know. It's no secret, especially on this channel, about them people that control the algorithm, control the content that we are able to see and consume. All right. So, with that being said, we have to acknowledge that it's only black women that are allowed to come on these social media networks and disrespect and have these certain conversations about 50-50 and not dating black men and X, Y, and Z. Y'all haven't noticed that there are no Mexican podcasts with Mexican women disrespecting broke Mexican men, abusive Mexican men. Y'all haven't noticed that there's rarely no podcast with Caucasian women sitting around microphones disrespecting white men, disrespecting abusive white men. Y'all haven't noticed that? When you go into the algorithm, when you go into content, when you go into these social media platforms, all you are able and allowed to see is black women sitting around microphones disrespecting black men. And it's in abundance. It's not one or two little podcasts. It is numerous. It is multiple different podcasts of black women sitting around a microphone having discussions about issues with black men. Mind you, have you ever seen a Indian podcast with Indian women discussing Indian men? It's not that these other cultures don't have problems. Like I told you, you ever really mingled with Mexicans? They are absolutely diabolical. Mexican men are violent. Yeah. Respectfully. Listen, Mexican women would have a lot of content if they started talking out loud about Mexican men. I seen it with my own eyes. Yeah. I'm not bullshitting. Yeah. If you thought your black ass had a problem, pray for Mexican women behind closed doors. But you have never seen one podcast with 5 Mexican women sitting around microphones talking about Javier and how Javier sells coconuts at the goddamn interstate. Yeah, over there by the interstate entrance. How Hector is broke because Hector is selling oranges and lemons over there by the goddamn exit on the interstate. How Hector is going 50-50. And Hector needs, yeah. Hector don't got it, man. No, Hector don't got it, man. Nasty work, my G's. Nasty work. Nasty work, how they trying to muffle the message. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Big salute to the chat. It's nasty work how they trying to muffle this message, man. Absolutely disgusting. But like I said, right, we're getting bombarded with all that content of black women violating black men on these podcasts to keep a wedge, to keep negative energy, to keep arguments, to keep a wedge between black men and black women in black love. Black love. That's why it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. That's why we don't see no other cultures of women speaking and having open podcast discussions about their issues with their men. Oh, behind closed doors, Billy is smacking fire out of Becky. Oh, yeah. Behind closed doors, Hector, when he come home after selling all those lemons and oranges by the interstate, he drink about 5 or 6 Modelo's, and he put hands and feet on Maria. Maria, yes, Maria, I told you to have my fucking lunch. And he put hands and feet on her. When she don't have those quesadillas and that tequila and those margaritas, but you don't see podcasts of Mexican women having those conversations. Because again, our love is what they are afraid of. Us actually finding the inner love to build our empire amongst each other and not including the white man, not including the dog fur. If we was to ever get our women, right, to open their eyes and focus their entire energy on the black nuclear family, nobody else, no white, no nothing, you are marrying black, they would have an issue with that. There is no integration. There is no interracial marriages. Black women are marrying black men. So go out there and find you a good black man and build an empire. They would have an issue with that. But be reminded, they ain't got no issue with what happened to that black lady out there in Tanzania. They ain't making the uproar. These white men, these same white men that would have an issue if we was to say no more interracial marriages, these same white men would be having an issue with that. But none of them are speaking out for Ashley Janae and what happened to her out there in Tanzania. I don't care how much they play with this channel. I don't care. I'm not gonna back away from this. I'm gonna give you this. It's raw, pure dope, straight off the brick into the bottles. All right. Big salute to the chat. We're gonna go live again later tonight. It's gonna be a late night live stream. And I'm gonna figure out what exactly I want to get into in this live stream. But I want to close with this. Ashley Janae is not the only content creator that has been doing this. You know, before Ashley Janae became a household name, before she was deleted out there in Africa, Tanzania, whatever, right? There was a content creator or a channel by the name of Queen of Kings. A Queen of Kings, where it was this heavily melanated black woman that was married to this big brolic dog fur having Caucasoid Neanderthal caveman looking. He looked like a caveman to me, big white boy, right? And I would see her on social media, and she would promote this interracial marriage and how the soft life and X, Y, and Z, and this white savior of a man has saved her from black men, and she doesn't have to pay for anything, and it's a soft life, and we all believed it. All the way up until they got into a real big argument. Maybe just like what happened out there with Ashley. And this same black woman that was parading her white husband all over social media, disrespecting black men, disrespecting, just the essence of a black king, right? She came on social media during this argument and exposed that she put the down payment on the house, not her white savior. She paid for the Range Rover. She pays all the bills, not her white savior. Oh, I got the receipts. Oh yeah, I know y'all watching me, but I got the receipts. And I wanted to kind of step outside of Ashley Janae and show you that this has been happening for a long time and it's just been being swept under the rug. This black lady, she has babies, she's married to this white guy. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to their marriage and their union, but she would come on. I remember seeing it. I'm scrolling through Instagram and X, Y, and Z, and I would see this black lady speak very highly of her white husband and very disrespectful towards black men. And she would always reiterate that he pays for everything. He doesn't pay for anything. He's the man of the house. He's a provider. They would never talk about 50-50. These are the things she was saying. This is the content she was pushing to the urban community, to the black family, to black women and black men. She would not dare talk about 50-50. This white man does everything that black men don't do. And then in the midst of an argument, just like out there in Tanzania, in the midst of her arguing with her white husband, she comes online and she exposes that all of that shit was fake. You know what? I just wanted to give y'all some context. I want y'all to hear it out of her own mouth, so y'all can understand that the majority of these content creators are stepping on the content. Yeah, they putting all type of baking soda on the content. That when y'all see these black women disrespecting black men and upholding white men, it's a lot of trauma. It's a lot of arguments. It's a lot of fights. It's a lot of lies behind the smoke and mirrors. Okay? Big salute. Let's get into this receipt. Let's see what we got going on. Look.
We have a police report because you did what? You did what? Yes, you did. Why did they take the gun and argument? Move. Get away from me. Get away from me. Don't come near me at all whatsoever. Yeah, don't come near me because let's not come near me. Bitch, that's why I pretend that I'm the one that paid the down deposit on our house. Let's not pretend that I'm not the one that paid for the Range Rover. Let's not pretend that
I mean, why we gonna stop pretending when that's what you've been pretending the whole time? Like your whole persona is a fake pretend white and not in shining armor came to save you. Whole time you say he got a record, he was beating on women, he was in the ghetto, and you decided to bring him to your luxury apartment on the east side. Child, that's all for this short. If you want to see the full video, definitely check my YouTube out for the full video.
Iowa, you literally have a police report because you did what? You did what? Yes, you did. Why did they take the gun and argument? Move. Get away from me. Get away from me. Don't come near me at all whatsoever. Yeah, don't come near me because let's not come near me. Bitch, that's why I pretend that I'm the one that paid the down deposit on our house. Let's not pretend that I'm not the one that paid for the Range Rover. Let's not pretend that
I mean, why we gonna stop pretending when that's what you've been pretending the whole time? Like your whole persona is a fake pretend white and not in shining armor came to save you. Whole time you say he got a record, he was beating on women, he was in the ghetto, and you decided to bring him to your luxury apartment on the east side. Child, that's all for this short. If you want to see the full video, definitely check my YouTube out for the full video.
Now, I just wanted to give y'all some context. I got another receipt as well. But you know, when it's a black man and it's 50-50, nasty work. You understand what I'm saying? But again, when you look into these situations, it's being portrayed and it's being put out there as a false narrative to confuse and keep a wedge in between black love. When behind closed doors, he ain't no different than your regular, average, everyday Pookie in the ghetto. He got a record. He got DV charges. He got assault charges, right? He was broke. His girl make more money than him. But if it was one of us, it'd be the topic of discussion on all of these podcasts with all of these black women, with all of these microphones having conversations. And all I'm here to do is give you some game. All I'm here to do is show you the truth. Okay, so it's cool when she was flaunting this big caveman around, this whole goddamn Bigfoot, when she was flaunting him around, when she was lying, saying he paid for everything against the grain. Soon as she get mad and it's an argument, now we on YouTube and we on content and the truth is coming out. Let me get one more receipt before we get up out of here. Big salute to the chat. I want to let her talk a little bit more. I want to let her kind of explain herself. And again, this is no disrespect to her marriage because they are still married. You know, they are successful. I'm not sure. I don't know the ins and outs of the inner workings. But it's the narrative. Why is it that we are allowed to have this kind of content flood the algorithm, but nobody else? Because our love is dangerous. Why is it allowed that we can see all of this violence when it comes to black men? I saw a video of Ben 10 on the ground. I saw a video of Lil JR, All-Star JR doing the Ben 10 dance. Why is this so fluent and able to be in the algorithm, but I can't even get through a live stream telling y'all that our love, our unity is what they are most afraid of? Go ahead and talk to the people, sweetheart. Look.
Okay, she made her way to my DMs. Let's talk about it. Her name is Rose Miller, and she's a content creator who had a vulnerable moment, came to the internet. She said she was drinking and she was emotional. Those were her claims when she said that her husband don't help pay for anything. You made the worst mistake of content creation. No, that wasn't my fucking claims. My claims were that I was 4 months fucking postpartum and I was suffering postpartum depression. A very real situation. I was suffering postpartum depression and I got in an argument with my husband. And I guess, yeah, I was emotional at the time, but I was also suffering postpartum depression.
So I want to stop right there. And we're going to get back into this, but I want to stop right there. We just watch you tell the truth. You can postpartum depression, 4 months none of that shit. You told the truth. But now what she's doing is she's having to type clean up this situation to save face because we are all speaking out now. This is a live she did like last night or a couple of days ago. Everybody's speaking out now when it comes to the Janae situation. Oh, I was 4 months pregnant and I was going through postpartum. No, you told the truth. You put the down payment on the house. Your white savior didn't do that. You paid for the Range Rover. Your white savior didn't do that. You was paying the bills. Your white savior didn't do that. So what you should be telling the people is, it don't matter what color your man is. If you dating a black man and you're getting more money than him, then you hold it down until he get his money up. If you got a good man, A good man that don't, well, I can't even say that because he got domestic violence charges, but whatever. You got a man that you consider to be a good man. Y'all work together. You ain't making that white man pay all the motherfucking bills. You ain't making that white man pay every goddamn thing. Go ahead and talk. We not gonna fall for the fake tears. We not gonna fall for the excuses. You got up on social media and you told the truth. And that white man didn't deny it one time. When you were saying that, sweetheart, that white man wasn't in the background saying, yo, you're lying on me. You know I paid for that. Yo, that was my money. He was quiet as a church mouse. You know why? That's how men get. When women start talking about money and disrespecting our pockets, niggas get quiet. It's the same way if we start disrespecting your weight. You know you done gained 40 pounds. You know you done got that motherfucking tire around your waist. You know you ain't the same little petite joint that you know you ain't what you was when I met you. And if I get mad enough and I get to calling you out and I get to saying, with your fat ass and you're 25 pounds overweight, bitch, you got a big back, you gonna get real quiet. You ain't gonna say nothing. Yeah, you gonna get real quiet, bitch. You gonna be there. You know your back done got big. You know your bras don't fit no more. You know your pants and shit. You got a gut hanging over your goddamn waist like you was a construction worker. You know that. If I say something, you gonna get real quiet. That's how men are. When she said that to that white man, guess what he did? Oh, he got real quiet. Yeah. You want to hear the nigga talk about his motherfucking pockets. Tell a nigga he broke. Bitch, you broke. I paid for all this shit. The nigga get quiet. Yeah. Brother, get quiet to the motherfucker. Yeah, brother. But yo, let's go back to that other receipt real quick. I want to show you. What my man was doing when she was saying all that. My man was look what my man was doing when she was talking crazy. He was holding a baby. Look. Look what my man was doing when she was talking about that money. Look, that's him right here. Big back, big white man right there. Look what he was doing when she got to talking about that motherfucking money. Look. Let's talk about money. Look.
Hear me. I don't
Look.
Yeah, don't come near me because let's not come near me. Because you got an argument with us. Let's not pretend that I'm the one that paid the deposit on our house. Let's not pretend that I'm not the one that paid for the Range Rover. Let's not pretend that I mean, why are we going?
He didn't say a goddamn word when she started talking about that money. Oh, Jesus. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah. That's a universal thing, sweetie. Listen, ladies, I wouldn't care if your man was white, black, goddamn Asian. I wouldn't care what he was. You get to talking about that money. Yeah. You get to talking about those insufficient funds. Nigga gonna get real quiet. Oh yeah, I ain't got nothing to say, babe. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't got nothing to say about it. You right. You paid for the Range Rover. You did. Yep. You paid for the house. Yes, you did. Yeah. Yeah. Motherfucker get to changing diapers. Yeah. Hey, you get to talking like that, nigga get to changing diapers. Where's the wipes at? You got the Huggies? Pass me the Huggies, please. Yeah, I'm gonna change this motherfucking diaper. Baby done took you out. I'm gonna go ahead and handle it. Yeah, I got the milk. You got the milk? That go in all directions, not just for black men. White men, Asians, Jewish. I wouldn't give a goddamn Australian, Russian. Talk about them goddamn yens. Not your yens ain't right. Your yens is insufficient. You got insufficient yens right now. That motherfucker gonna get real quiet. Man, your pesos ain't adding up, nigga. You got insufficient pesos, nigga. Where the pesos at, nigga? Nigga ain't got no pesos. Nigga get real quiet. Don't bet you right. Nigga, I paid for the Range Rover, nigga, and you already know that motherfucking Benz is mine, nigga. And I paid all the rent, nigga. You ain't paid rent in 2 years, nigga. Nigga get real quiet. Yeah, bitch. I ain't. That motherfucker got a baby harness on. He got the harness on with the baby in it. Yeah, big motherfucker. He ain't providing, bitch. He ain't providing. But you on social media telling the world he a provider because he a white man. Go ahead and talk to the people. Look.
Now let's continue.
It can make. You came to the internet talking to strangers when you should have expressed those concerns with your husband. When you make content that you are so happy and so content in your marriage, then you have to work it out between you and your spouse. You don't ever put strangers in the business affairs of your marriage. You never ever do that. There are two things that people should never know about you: who paying the bills and whether y'all faking it or you for real. You see what I'm saying? I don't know about the rather you're faking it or you're for real part. I feel like y'all are so reaching and deeply want to believe that because ain't shit going on really. Like, let's be honest. It's very difficult for y'all today to find a man that loves you and gives a fuck about you. So you want to reach so hard and tightly hold on to this narrative that somebody else is faking it because you can't find no emotion and you can't find nobody to love you. Okay, because you're too busy sitting around talking shit about in other people's business. Now, one thing she is right about is, yeah, of course, obviously, you're not supposed to go and telling your business to other people, obviously. But did you not know that this was like, you're late as fuck, ma'am. You're just now talking about this. This video just became viral. You just made this video 2 days ago. This situation is 2 years fucking old.
And the reason you gotta talk about it and address it is because it's still relevant. It's still a relevant conversation. Now, it's Grown Man Business TV, so I'm not really into the girl talk. It's real hard for real men. Like, real men, it's hard for us to listen to women talk when they not taking accountability. So what she doing right now is all it is. Yo, we wouldn't even know about your business if you didn't put it on social media. In all actuality, the old lady is 100% right. What this woman right here should be doing is closing her mouth and opening her ears and taking the honest criticism of that elderly woman because she has wisdom beyond her years. Again, over here, I talk about that. I talk about how if my uncle say something to me, I take that shit and I take heed to it. I don't get defensive. I don't try to have something to reply. I don't need to go back and forth. If they telling me something that they know, I'm gonna take heed to it. And that's what she should be doing. But a lot of women don't do that. They want to argue. They want to go back and forth. They want to have the last word. The old lady said, the two things that you should never tell the world when you are a married couple, the world should never know who is paying the bills, and the world should never know if y'all faking it till y'all make it. And as a married man, I heard that, and I already understand that. All this false narrative that they push amongst us is a lie, bro. You want to make sure your woman is highly opinionated, highly educated, and highly melanated, so that if something ever happens to where you fall off or you need her to be the crutch, you need her to take the wheel, she can do that. She can do that. And that's exactly what this young lady did. When that white man, obviously, I don't know what his financial situation is, but when he was holding that baby, his ass was broke. Yeah, his ass ain't had no ends in his pocket. And hey, listen, man. They trying their hardest to stop me from delivering this message. They trying their hardest to stop me from giving y'all this pure dope. All right, so we gonna go live again tonight for sure. We gonna go live again tonight. Make sure your notification bells are ringing. Make sure y'all hit the like button before y'all leave out of here. Hit the subscribe button before y'all get out of here. We going live again tonight for sure. We gonna tap back in. But at the end of the day, she was doing everything she was supposed to do until she exposed that they was lying the whole time. She exposed who was paying the bills. You never expose your inner circle. All right. So RIP to that young lady. You know, even though she was disrespecting black men, I'm still gonna speak on her behalf. You know what I mean? Because right or wrong, left or right, it is what it is. And if we don't speak on her behalf, nobody's going to speak on her behalf. If we don't speak up for this young lady that was assassinated out there in Tanzania, it is not a group of white men that's going to come and save y'all. It is not a group of white men that's going to come and rally and speak on her behalf. They'll lay down with you. Yeah, they'll put that little pink thing in you. Yeah, they'll put that little pink thing in your ass. All right? But when it come to what it is, they ain't gonna do that. Big salute to the chat, man. I want y'all to really, recognize what they doing. Look how they playing with the chat. Look how they playing with the numbers. When all I'm doing is giving y'all pure dope straight off the brick and into the bottles. When all I'm doing is preaching love and unity, understanding. You know how much understanding the Mexican woman got for the Mexican man? You know how broke Mexican dudes are? Do you know how broke those Mexican dudes are? They still get a lunch made every day they go to work. I used to work with them. The motherfuckers ain't even have a car. But guess what they did when it was lunchtime? They all had quesadillas, tortillas, soft shell tacos, hard shell tacos, bean dip, salsa, chips. I don't give a fuck what was happening. I don't care how broke they was. Wife, make sure they got lunch when they go to motherfucking work. You know how disgusting it is behind closed doors with white women and white men? So for y'all not to recognize the only people that we see talking down on black men in podcasts and on social media is black women, and y'all not to recognize that that's a whole weapon being used against us. That means you can't see through the smoke and mirrors. All right. Big salute to the chat. We're not gonna stay no longer. It's already well over an hour. What I want to do is we're gonna go back live tonight. All right, we're gonna double back tonight, and we're gonna lock in. Yeah, Charlie P, salute. Yeah, bruh. They used to like me too. They used to call me Shorty when I used to work out there in Philly. Hey, Shorty, man, you hungry, man? You hungry? We got quesadilla, we got soft tacos, we got salsa, we got potato chips, man. We got it all, man. What you need? You hungry, man? I didn't like their soft tacos. Them shits was like real Mexican soft tacos. I was used to, I don't know. I like the American, but they always have food. And them niggas was broke. Them niggas wasn't living like me. They wasn't getting money like me. I used to tell them, man, y'all eat too much during lunch. I don't know how y'all eat lunch like this and go back to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. I go over there and get a little soft taco or something, get a little quesadilla. You know what I mean? They give me a chicken quesadilla, I slice it up. All I'm saying is, it ain't no better on the other side of the fence. They got everybody thinking that it's better away from black men. Why you think that? Why do you think that is? They got all y'all thinking that y'all need to get away from black men and go get it somewhere else. I keep telling y'all, whatever they preaching, you got to look at it in reverse. If they telling y'all to go somewhere else, stay away from black men, that mean there's something over here with us. That mean we got something. We are very, very valuable. We are very loving. We are men. We are fathers. We are brothers. We are husbands. We are sons, nephews, grandfathers. We love our children. We love our families. We ain't man. They got y'all thinking, and the whole time those Mexicans put hand and feet on their women, bro. I'm telling you, that's a regular thing in the Mexican community. They whoop ass. Black women don't even know, bro. Y'all don't even know. Them Mexicans whoop ass in their house. Respectfully, I'm telling you, I've been to a couple of their cookouts. Yo, They used to like me. They used to call me Shorty. Shorty, cool. You want to come? Maybe have any cookout on Sunday, man? You play soccer, man? Football? I used to be like, nah, I don't play soccer. I don't play soccer. Listen, they don't want me to tell y'all this. They trying to stop me from telling y'all this. After about 2 cases of Modelo's, those Mexicans will put hands and feet on their wife in front of everybody. I'm talking belt to their ass. I used to watch. I used to be shocked. They were whooping ass in front of the kids, in front of everybody. 2 cases of Modelo's, and they was whooping ass. So we gonna stop this false narrative. We gonna stop this false narrative. A black man would have never let y'all go over there to Africa and your ass get hung from the goddamn rafters. Ain't no way. Ain't no way a black man would have never let his girl get hung in a separate room. You mean to tell me I done proposed to you? I done got on one knee for you? We over here in this nice ass hotel. You ain't popped that wolf pussy open one time. You ain't bitch. We gonna fix this. I brought you over here for a reason. Yeah, I'm gonna blow your back out. Yeah, goddamn right. No black man would have let your ass go over there and be over there for 15 hours without checking up on you to see what's going on so we can, yeah. You gonna put them fishing nets on that I got you. Yeah, I'm tired of arguing, bitch. I don't want to argue no more. Is you gonna put them fishing nets on that's in that motherfucking luggage? I done put a ring on your finger. I done proposed to you. I done took all these goddamn pictures. I need you to put them fish. It's not a black man in America that would have let you go in that other room for more than an hour. You would have been over there for 45 minutes. Black man would have came over there with some Hennessy. Told you, listen, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to do. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to upset you. You forgive me. I got what you think about them fishnets that I got for you inside that luggage. Yeah, I got your full body suit of fishnet. We ain't gonna waste this motherfucking vacation without you put that fish. Go ahead and put that fish. Take this shot. We would have took some shots, and I be tearing your ass out that fishnet. Yeah. I'ma have you put the fishnet on just to tear your ass out of it. That's what. Yeah. That's what. That's what I like. I'm gonna have you. Yeah, I'm gonna tear your ass out the fishnet. Ain't no black man would have never let this happen. So, if y'all ain't going crazy and having rallies and talking about white men on these podcasts and how what? Oh, they had an argument. We had to separate them and put them in separate rooms. And he didn't check on her for 17 hours. What you was doing in that room for 17 hours with no pussy? You ain't got no pussy in the room with you. What your white ass was doing in that room with no pussy in there with you? Shit. Lock his motherfucking ass up. Yeah. Since y'all want to play with the chat, y'all want to play with the goddamn, you want to play with the damn, lock his motherfucking ass up then. Lock his dog fur hat, lock his ass up. Don't let him out until he explained to you what he was doing in that room for 17 hours and no pussy. Big salute to the chat, man. I'm gonna get up out of here. We gonna double back, and we definitely gonna double back tonight. We going live tonight, but I want to reiterate: it ain't a black man on the face of the planet would have let your pretty ass be over there for 18 hours, knowing goddamn well I got white fish net in the guy, I got red fish net, I got your blue fish net. I got your purple fish. I got all different type of fish net to tear your ass out that fish net. Told my, listen to me, get your girl some fishnet. Yeah, yeah. Tell your old lady you want her to get fishnet. Thank me later. Yeah, thank me later, nigga. Thank me later. Tell your old lady, oh, I like when you get that fish. You ever see? Get you some fishnet, all different colors, bitch. You could tear ass. You could, yeah, yeah. You could tear the whole fishnet off. You could tear the ass out. You could tear right there where that wolf pussy out your head. You could have your way. Oh, lock your white ass up. Yeah, you sent that lady over there. You ain't want that pussy all the way out on vacation, taking pictures with tigers and giraffes. You wasn't feeling like Tarzan. You didn't want to. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. We see what you did. Big salute to the chat. Our love is what's most powerful. Our unity is what they afraid of. They not afraid of you drillers. They not afraid of Pooh Shiesty. They not afraid of gang members. They not afraid of none of you niggas. They are afraid of what I'm telling you to do. Find you a black man and do what she did with that white man. Put a goddamn down payment on the house for you and your black husband. Go buy the goddamn Range Rover. You see what she did? She bought the goddamn Range Rover, let the white man ride around in it like it was his. Big salute to the chat. You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Grown Man Business TV. You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan and you know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in.